Hello, beautiful Earth Angels. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to Earth Angels Unite. Just pressing go live on Instagram, and it wants to respond. There we go. All right, hello, welcome everyone. I'm so happy to be here with you for podcast 139, Ego Controls, Soul Flows. And I want to say this now, and I want to say it often because we need to hear it. Your soul loves you unconditionally. And this isn't just something we say to make ourselves feel better, it's the truth. And once we begin to anchor in the foundation that your soul loves you unconditionally, everything else I'm going to share will resonate. Everything else I'm going to share will anchor in. So understand this isn't just something nice to say. It's an essential concept, soul principle, that your soul loves you unconditionally, exactly as you are right now, fully, wholly, truly, purely. Okay, so every Earth Angel and Cycle Breaker reaches this point where they can feel the tug of war between the ego and the soul. Ego control, soul flow. So in this episode, we're exploring how the ego tries to manage, protect, and predict, while the soul invites you into trust, acceptance, spaciousness, and intuitive guidance. You will learn how to recognize when you're in ego mode versus soul mode, and how to soften your nervous system enough to choose flow. And releasing the forcing, the gripping, and the overworking that block angelic support, and understand how relaxing into soul alignment opens the exact doors meant for you, which I really love. So thank you for being here. I'm so grateful for you. And in these podcasts, I'm creating a space of transformation, that you come one person and you leave transformed, that you leave another person. And we do this by bringing the wound, bringing the pain, the issue and the tissue to the surface to be seen, heard, and loved, and really alchemized. I'll be sharing teachings from my debut book, Receiving from Your Angels, 4 Practices to Heal Your Pain with Angel Love, and an angel activation, an oracle card to help you to relax and cherish your body, to receive and trust your intuition, and align with your next level of angelic pain relief. So my name is Jill Kempner, angel coach and author. As an angel coach, what I help my clients do is to heal the pain in their bodies with the love of the angels through the relax, release, receive process. And by understanding both the deeper meaning and the higher purpose of their pain. And this is a courageous journey. This is a brave journey because it is so vulnerable. We're having the courage to look at our pain through the eyes of our soul, through the eyes of our angels. And when we're just starting out doing this, when we're actually learning how to soften ego control, right, and all those managers, we need support in processing not only the big, heavy pain and trauma that we might have experienced, but also that energetic shift back into soul alignment, angelic alignment. And it's when we have somebody maybe a few steps ahead of us shining their light, it makes that healing, that transition, that alchemy, more loving, more gentle. And so it's an honor. It's an absolute honor to walk by my client's side. I'm so grateful. Thank you all. Yeah, for trusting me and the angels, right? In the relax, release, receive process. So happy. Happy December. Happy full moon portal. We just dipped into the first day of the full moon that peaks on the 4th this week. So we're in a full moon week. So we need extra water, extra grounding, extra angels, extra sleep, to integrate everything that's coming up for healing, right? The full moons, right? La Luna is bright in the sky and she's shining down. She's illuminating our shadow and what still we're cleaning up, right? Those skins that we're shedding in this final year of the epicycle, this final year 9, the closing of this epicycle. And also illuminating our medicine, our gifts, and our light. Also at this time, this is like a really powerful time. I mean, it's always powerful to trust our intuition, but understand that our intuition is expanded, heightened, awakened during the moon cycles. And it's like the full moon is this magnet pulling open our clairs. And this is the time to trust your intuitive guidance. Trust the shadow that's coming up for healing and trust the gifts that can heal that shadow. Okay. Love that download, angels. Thank you so much. And so we have 3 more podcasts this year. And I wanted to stay with this idea, the concept of continuing to break that cycle, right? That we're in the midst of a miracle in the making. We're in the midst of breaking these really painful cycles. And I've been sharing about the codependency cycle that I've been breaking as part of my angelic cycle breakers class, as part of my soul contract with myself, right? A personal soul contract. So when the ego tries to control everything, life becomes tight, stressful, confusing, and heavy. But when the soul is leading, your energy flows. Synchronicities appear, clarity returns, and you feel guided instead of pressured. We're going to keep talking about all the ways, right? Sort of how do we heal the wound of the wounded ego, right? Is to understand all the different ways it shows up, right? And then also simultaneously understanding all the ways what it feels like embodied to be in your soul. Yeah. Hello, welcome. Say hi if you're here. Okay, I'm gonna take a sip of water. So I'm going to slow it down because I feel like the angels are saying something. Thank you. Yeah. So that truth, right? The truth of when the soul leads, our energy flows, became so clear, came so clearly for me over the past few weeks when I watched my ego try to take over during my friend's crisis. My heart wanted to help, but my ego wanted to fix, manage, and control the situation, especially when my friend's emotions became intense and dysregulated. I could feel that familiar pull of the codependency, the pull to regulate someone else's nervous system at the expense of my own. And even though I caught it much faster this time, because I was watching for it, right? It reminded me why this teaching matters so much. When our ego gets loud and tries to control people, right, or situations, or grasp for safety, it's always a sign that a deeper part of us is scared, overwhelmed, or trying to protect us from old pain or PTSD. The ego doesn't mean harm. It genuinely thinks it's keeping us safe. But the ego can only work with the past. The soul works with the truth. So we're going to talk about the soul. We're going to talk about the ego. And the angels are guiding me. Thank you. I'm listening to them. So let's start with the ego, right? Understanding first that you are a beautiful soul having a human experience. And part of our humanity is an ego structure. So every single person has an ego. Hello, welcome. Say hi if you're here. It's not bad. It's not wrong. Mimahoff7. Hi. It's just part of us, right? And literally it is the parts of us, right? Hello, Sierra Sothen. Welcome. So I'm just listening because the angels are saying something else. Thank you. So your ego is made of parts. So we just want to accept we're a soul having a human experience, right? We're a soul inside of a body. And inside of our body, part of our agreement was to come here and experience the friction of the ego structure. So there was something else the angels were saying about that. Thank you. We're going to keep flowing in and out of this. So your soul is pure love and pure light. And as I opened up our podcast today by saying your soul loves you unconditionally. This is a foundational principle that you need to start integrating into your journey as an earth angel, a cycle breaker, an empath. What's really cool is the same thing goes for your angels, right? Your angels love you unconditionally. They don't need anything from you or want you to do anything except be yourself and be present so you can hear them and see them and feel them. Your soul is the you that is never disconnected from the divine. You're eternally connected to source. Truly, you are one with source, right? That's the unity energy. Your soul is whole, innocent, compassionate, curious, calm, confident, and always in the flow. Again, you're a soul having a human experience. And part of that sacred agreement before coming to Earth was to have an ego structure, a protective human operating system designed to create friction so you could grow. The ego isn't bad. It's not wrong. It's not something to suppress, to shame, or to exile. The ego is simply your humanity. And I would think whenever I hear that, I think of Mary Magdalene, right? I am fully human and fully divine. That always resonated so deeply with me. Hello, welcome. Say hi if you're here. The ego, right, wants safety, predictability, belonging. When the soul already knows, the soul is certain that it already belongs, right? Because the soul has never forgotten your divinity. So, right, the ego is shaped by trauma, pain, memories, fear, old patterns, and becomes reactive, controlling, loud, right? When burdened. So the soul, right? The ego is loud, the soul whispers, right? And it whispers in this subtle, quiet, spacious way, right? It's deeply wise. It is your wisdom. And following the soul, the true inner authority, is the most courageous thing you can do. It requires vulnerability. It requires sensitivity. It requires devotion. My soul coach, who I've been studying with God for decades, talks about discipline, right? She says you have to be you're a disciple of your soul, disciple being student, right? You're a student of your soul. And I've always loved that. The term I use is devotion, right? We're devoted. We have love, loyalty, and enthusiasm for our divine connection. So the ego is made up of all those parts, the managers, the firefighters, the exiled parts. And every part of you originally existed and still does exist to support your soul, to be in harmony with your soul. But when those parts become burdened by childhood trauma, abandonment, loss, or emotional overload, they start to take over the whole internal system, right? The internal family system, if you will. And they try to control the moment. You ever felt that? They try to control the relationship. They try to control the outcome. They try to control the world. And that is when life feels chaotic, overwhelming, or out of alignment. So your work as an earth angel, as a cycle breaker, as an empath, as a highly sensitive, highly intuitive soul, is not to kill or silence the ego, right? It's to love it, to understand it, to listen to it. And then through the relax, release, receive process, bring it back into alignment with your soul's truth. This is how we break the cycle that I've been talking about for many, many months, many, many podcasts, right? Is allowing the soul to lead and understand that your soul, your angels, and the divine are all on the same side, right? They want your highest good and highest healing to unfold. Everybody's soul is good and pure, right? And we have free will. Free will is connected with our humanity, is connected with our ego because we get to choose the rate of our growth. How cool is that? Talk about sovereignty. Hello, welcome. So many downloads. Okay. So, something else the angels were saying about that. So, when you relax your body and mind, you can hear the whispers of your soul, of your angels. When you release that emotional charge, you step back into clarity. Clarity returns. And then you can be open, you can receive the truth, the guidance, the calm of your soul, the calm of I can guarantee you this. I can't guarantee too many things, but I can guarantee the calm of your soul right now is inside of you. No matter how much pain you're in, how much trauma you've experienced, how much anxiety you have, how much depression you have, the calm and the love of your soul is inside of your being right now. And all your angels are here to do is keep bringing you back into soul alignment. Because it's you're not even actually following the angels. So I want to be clear about this. You're following your soul. Your soul is the leader of your inner world. Your soul is the leader of your life. That's why I was guided to talk about the soul today. So I hope so far you're understanding the difference between the soul and the ego, right? And then relating it back to, wait, oh, that was my ego that responded to my mom when she said XYZ. Oh, that was my ego. That was a part of me that responded to my boss when they said XYZ. Oh, that wasn't my soul. And then that's what forgiveness is for. It's like, oh, I forgive myself. Of course I was triggered because I haven't processed all that pain, right? This current event reminded me of that event that was 20 years ago that I actually didn't process. So what I do with my coaching clients is I help them to unpack their current pain and understand the root of that pain. Oh, the pain that you're having now, the autoimmune issue you're having now, oh, the cancer journey that you're going through right now is actually about something that happened 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30. I mean, I've worked with people in many decades of their life, sometimes 50 years ago, 60 years ago, or even a past life. Doesn't matter where the root is, the angels will find it. And then we'll bless it, we'll heal it, we'll alchemize it with the beautiful energy medicine, with the angelic energy of compassion, with the angel Reiki, until it's dissolved, right? And part of the dissolving, which we're going to be talking about in a couple episodes, is getting those gems, right? There's a gem from every pain, from every wound. And that's what we're here to do, right? It's like we're literally going to turn into a gem, right? A glowing light being. And we already are. That's the paradox of the earth plane. I hope that makes sense. We're not going too far out there. So, every time you practice realigning with your soul, right? Devoting yourself to receiving your angel's love so you get back in the soul flow, you're building spiritual mastery. And the mastery, spiritual mastery that we're talking about is letting your soul lead, not the wounded ego. And part of that spiritual mastery is like, oh man, I let my ego lead that one. Let me forgive myself. Let me redevote, right? I'm devoted to receiving love and healing from my angels. Let me get back in the flow of my angels' love. Let me forgive myself for being triggered. I think I spent the first 25 years of my life literally in my manager parts because of all the trauma I had experienced. I literally did not know how to operate until I crashed and burned, right? Until I went to the psych hospital and then my dark night of the soul. And then I was like, wait, who am I? What just happened to me? And then I found Reiki and my spiritual practices and my devotion and then my angels. So my hope is that sharing part of my story, my journey, can save you some time. So I hope this resonates. Okay, so every time you soften into your heart, breathe, ground, and call in your angels, you're realigning with your soul, right? And you can work with Archangel Michael, Archangel Haniel, Archangel Sandalphon that acts as bridges of light. Actually, Seraphim, Seraphina. This is one of my cards today. Be an ambassador for Earth. Build your bridge to source. So I love that. Thinking about the angels as bridges of light, connecting your humanity and your divinity, bringing you back, redirecting you inward, and opening the way for flow again. So starting to notice like, oh, wait, that was my ego because my shoulders were really tight. Oh, that was my ego. My stomach was in a knot. Oh, that was my ego. My head is pounding. I hope I'm helping you embody this and understand that. Whereas the soul flow, oh, there's this spaciousness. That's one of the key things when I know for me, like my knowing, oh, I'm in my soul, I feel relaxed and spacious. When I'm in my ego, I feel tight and contracted. That's my kind of cue. So here's the teaching. The ego controls, the soul flows. The ego demands, the soul invites. The ego reacts, your soul responds. The ego grasps, the soul trusts. And all of this is available to you the moment you drop into presence. When you feel your ego getting loud, trying to fix someone, trying to rescue someone, trying to manage someone, trying to control a situation, that's not failure. That's a signpost that and is an invitation That's the exact moment to pause, to breathe, to redevote. Place your hands on your heart, come home to your soul. Right? The heart is the gateway to your angel's love. Your heart is the doorway to your soul. That's why we put our hands there, right? Bring it back into our body, back to our heart. Oh, my soul is here, even though my ego feels like it's as big as this house. My soul is still here, right? Your soul always knows the way. Your angels will always guide you back to the way. And you always have the power to shift from ego control to soul flow. So I'm listening to the angels. Let's do a little inner journey to tune into the presence and love of our soul right now and to welcome some guidance about where we might be trying to control something or someone. It might even be in our own inner world, right? It might not be on the outside. And then get some relief from that. So closing your eyes, and if that's available, and just taking a few cleansing breaths. As you exhale, just relax your shoulders. Let them fall away from your ears. When you inhale again, drop your awareness into your heart, the gateway of your angel's love. Exhaling and feeling your breath anchoring you into your body, into the moment, this present moment, and deep, deep, deep into the earth. See and feel your energetic roots. Allow your energy body to expand as you connect to the earth through your energetic roots. Stepping into the energy of safety. And with each, so as your roots anchor into the earth, you're grounding your nervous system as well and stabilizing the energy body. When we're rooted, our chakras can open. When we're rooted, our aura can expand. Thank you, angels. And so we feel La Luna here, the brightness of Grandmother Moon shining on your aura, lighting up your soul, lighting up your chakras, lighting up your heart. Thank you. With every exhale, release any pressure, any noise, any tension you've been carrying. Let yourself relax. With every inhale, receive your angel's light. And we're going to silently call on your angel team, knowing that they're meeting you where you're at and lifting you back into alignment with your soul's truth, your soul's love, your soul's light. Feel them gathering around you, your angels and guardian angels, all the amazing archangels. It's comforting. It's protective. It's lovingly neutral. And bringing your hands to your one hand at your heart and one hand at your belly. Breathe. Soften and open. And notice what you're feeling. You may feel a wave of emotion. You may feel a deep stillness. You may feel that your body needs to shift or move. It's all perfect. In this grounded, supported space, gently ask within, what part of my ego is trying to control something right now? What part of my ego is trying to control something or someone right now? We just ask with curiosity. We ask with compassion. There's no judgment from your soul, from the angelic realm. Don't judge the answer, just trust. And simply notice what arises. Here's where we want to pay attention to our intuitive channels, the claircognizance and clear knowing at the crown, your inner vision and clairvoyance at the third eye, any audible messages through the clairaudience channel, any smells or tastes through the clairfragrance channel, and any feelings or gut feelings in the clair sentient channel. And simply notice what arises, a sensation, a memory, a feeling, an image, and even just a word. Let it surface with compassion and trust yourself. I'm willing to receive the gem of this ego part, of this wound. Willing to receive the gem, the deeper meaning, the higher purpose. And now breathe into your heart and ask your angels, what does this part of me need in order to release control and trust my soul's flow? So for me, it's in my shoulder. It's subtle, but it's still there. And it is still connected with this friend that I've been releasing to his soul. Um, so just trust and listen. What does this part of me need in order to release control and trust my soul's flow? Loving angels, thank you. Thank you for helping this part release and heal. Feel your angels offering reassurance, guidance, clarity, reminding you that you are safe, you are supported, and you are never alone. So, tuning into the vibration of your soul, allowing your soul's energy, calm, loving, steady, wise, so loving, to just fill your entire body, your chest like a warm light, and let that light soothe the ego part that appeared. Feel your soul in sacred witness energy, radiating compassion and love. I see you. I hear you. I love you. I trust you. Let it soften, unwind, release, relax. Back into its natural place, a follower of your soul, not the leader. Take one more deep breath of receiving. Trust that whatever came through is perfect for you right now. And this is recorded so you can go back to it. And as we seal our inner journey, let's bring our hands to our hearts in prayer mudra, bow to each other in our own hearts, and dedicate the healing that we've received today to all our relations in all directions of time for our absolute highest good and highest healing. And so it is. So when you're ready, gently opening your eyes and carrying your soul's flow forward into the rest of your day. You're so welcome, Claude Mary. Yeah. I love it when it just lands perfectly, right? I want to pull a card for you. So I feel like we're shifting, right? From ego control to soul flow. Let's pull Michael in. I feel the Michael deck today. I have so many decks. I could sit here and just play with oracle cards all day with you. Maybe we'll do an oracle card one for fun. Okay, so how is it that you are surrendering ego control and stepping into your soul flow this week and throughout the rest of our portal year? Ooh, make a decision. Are you choosing to prioritize yourself or another in this situation? Accept divine guidance pointing you toward your own joy. You deserve it. One of my favorite things about this card, it's Archangel Michael's sword, that has the scales attached to it. I know it's a little hard to see. And there's a feather and a heart. And it's literally saying, make your heart as light as a feather. What is the decision that will make your heart as light as a feather, and follow that, right? I mean, it's such a clear imagery, right? And I feel like this also reminds me of the soul energy, that our heart, right, which is right, our heart is the gateway of our angel's love. Our heart is the doorway to our soul. Our heart is meant to be as light as a feather. So when we have that heaviness, when we're holding on to grief and trauma and pain and all the stuff, like, make the decision that makes your heart light. Make your heart as light as a feather, right? Find that inner balance that comes when your soul flow is activated. I mean, how perfect is that, right? I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. Thank you, Michael. What a great message and card, right? So, of course, if this episode resonated with you, and you want support in discerning the voice of your soul, the wisdom of your angels, and the patterns of your ego, I would love to guide you. I have a few openings left this year for my free angelic pain relief consult, and I would love to have that conversation with you, have that consult with you. It's a 1 hour conversation over Zoom where it's a heartfelt and compassionate space where I'm listening to you and your angels, and I'm helping you to understand what your pain is really about. We often think it's this, but it's actually something else. To hear what your angels are saying about your pain, which creates instant relief. And then, based on what we talked about in that consult, one of the goals of the consult is for you to get your fuel, for you to get that high vibrational intention that is going to transform that pain, heal that pain, alchemize that pain. And then, based on everything we talked about, I'm going to pull an archangel for you that's going to be walking by your side as you heal that pain. And if we're a good fit, I'll share the details of my coaching program with you. Again, I'd love to have that conversation with you. It's a free consult. I think I have 2 or 3 openings left in December. And then, of course, we can look into the new year as well. So all that information, angels remind me to put the link in the comments. Thank you. And then we have 2 more episodes left, the 9th and the 16th, and then I'll be off for a couple weeks on winter break. And I have 2 new offerings that are emerging for the new epicycle for 2026, for the new year. One is the Angel Reiki Immersion. I'm going to be talking more about that. That's open to 6 beautiful souls. There's 4 openings left in that. And it begins on January 24th. And basically, I'm going to train you in Angel Reiki level 1, 2, and 3. It's going to be a small cohort of beautiful souls. And I would be honored if you would step into that container with us. Feel free to email me if you have any questions about that. Love to talk about that. And then something that, I'm going to wait till next week for the Angelic Alchemist membership. I also have a membership that I'm starting next year. It's something I've been thinking about and praying about for so long, and really took an epicycle for me to finally ground. So I'm really excited about 2026. I love you all. I hope this teaching resonated with you. Sending you soul love, angel love, and I look forward to connecting with you again next week. If this resonated with you, feel free to like it, share it, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd love to connect with you and build this whole team of angel ambassadors, right? That we are here bringing the light of source, the light of our soul, the light of the angels onto the earth, and raising the vibration, which was one of my cards, actually. Oh, it was the Michael card. Your vibration is rising, was my card today, number 43. So, and there's something about the 19. 19 is a 10 is a 1. So 1 is an important number this week as well. All right. Mwah. I love you all. Claude, Mary, Sierra, Sothen, Sydney. And I don't know who Mima Hoff is, but Mima was my mom's grandma name. So namaste to you. Love you all. Bye.